Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to my August update of my Project Pan. I'm really excited to share this update with you. There's some highs in this update, there's also a big low. I'm looking forward to sharing everything with you, and let's just get into it. If you're unfamiliar with how this project works, at the beginning of the year, well actually even before that, at the end of last year, I wrote out my planning to pan list, so all the products in my collection that I either wanted to completely finish up or at the very least roll into a project pan. I selected 5 products from that list at the beginning of this year, and I am working on those products until I finish them. I track progress in a few different ways. One is just me tracking usage every time I use the product. I also can look at the product itself in most cases and be able to see what the difference is month to month, and I film those updates for you so you can see them in these videos. And then I also weigh the products because some it's not as apparent month to month the difference, but you can always see the difference in the weight. So that's pretty much how it works. I have been panning for several years now. I feel like I've learned so much through this process, and I'm really excited to give you all the update. I have some really exciting progress across 2 products, I would say, and then I have a disappointing update, which I guess I'll just jump in with that since I kind of teased it at the beginning and didn't tell you. So the disappointing update is I lost my Clinique Black Honey lipsticks. I think that's been a part of this project since the beginning of the year, or at least close to it. We went to Long Island for a wedding, and then we went to Puerto Rico for a wedding, and I had it in one of my purses on that trip, and it fell out at some point. I'm not 100% sure. I'm hoping that it still might turn up somewhere, but thus far I have not been able to find it. And so as a result of that, I cannot give an update this month on it. And I'm so sad because I feel like we're making good progress on that, but it is what it is. I don't like losing things in general, especially when it's like part of something like this. I was like so sad. I am going to be rolling something new in its place, which is exciting in itself, but definitely not for the reason that I wanted to. I wanted to be able to roll something new in its place because I finished it, but alas, here we are. Speaking of product that I'm finishing, let's go ahead and talk about some of the progress this month. First being my Benetint. I have the tiniest little bit left in here. I used this 20 times this month, and I am so proud of where this product is. It was pretty much at the top when I rolled it in at the beginning of the year, and I've continued to love using it. I'm actually back to using it on my lips. I put it on my lips today before I put my lip gloss on, and I stopped using it on my lips for a little bit because I feel like it was like going all to the middle and not really looking as it should, and I've like started like experimenting with putting it on my lips. I use it as a blush every single day. Sometimes I layer powder over it, sometimes I don't. Today I don't have a powder over it. And I've loved using this product. It's been so fun to use, and it's been such a good Project Pan product because you can obviously see the usage month to month. It's very apparent, and I'm feeling 100% confident that I will finish this up by my next update, which is so exciting. I'm really happy to be able to jump on here and tell you that. I'm also really happy with 20 uses on this. And yeah, it's a good one. So definitely stay tuned for next update and being able to finish that one up. Next is my Urban Decay highlight. I used this one 19 times, and I also still feel like I'm continuing to make good progress here, although the progress on this product is definitely not as apparent or obvious as this one. The pan size definitely continues to grow, but there is still a ton of highlight in this product, and I think we're gonna be here for a while working on this. This was definitely something I was more optimistic about at the beginning of the year being able to finish, but I think if we make as much progress as we possibly can throughout the next few months, that it will definitely be something that I can finish in 2027, and I am determined to get a finish on a highlight. I've never finished a highlight, and this one I was like, this is the one I'm gonna finish, so we're gonna keep putting in the work, and I've really enjoyed using it. I have talked time and time again about different ways that I've explored using it, and I enjoy it all. I feel like it's a really nice subtle highlight. It's not too much, which I think is perfect, and sometimes I can layer it up, sometimes I go a little bit more subtle. It can really be very versatile, which I've truly enjoyed. So happy with the 19 uses on that, happy with how this product is looking. There's definitely, like I said, a bigger pan, but even like around the pan you can see more usage. So we'll see what happens by the end of the year, and then we'll go from there. Next is another exciting update, my Fenty Gloss Bomb Cream in the shade Fenty Glow. I used this 28 times, and I'm happy with that number. I'm also happy with the usage on this. So I've removed the stopper from this product, and I'm also getting the product out with my spatula, which I think is so funny because at work I'm like taking off this, I'm sticking my spatula in, using that, wiping my spatula clean, like it's a whole process. So if anyone like stopped by my cube and saw me doing that, they'd be like, what is happening here? But no one's seen me do it yet. And really, like, there's some product obviously along the sides, but not a ton. And there's like a little bit of product at the bottom, but there's already some clearance, like you can see all the way through at the bottom. I am also feeling very confident that by next update, I'll be able to say that this one's done too. I finished a Fenty lip gloss before, and we had gotten to a similar state, and I needed to use it like 40 times to finish it up by the end of the year, and it took like a lot of usage, but I feel like I'm further along now than I was then. Like I feel like that was just like, I had just removed the stopper, whereas I've removed the stopper and I feel like I've made really good progress since then, and really there isn't a ton of product left in here. I think it'll take probably a good month of usage to be able to get the empty on this, so we'll probably be around 30 uses, but I think at that point I'll be able to say that this is done. So I'm really excited about coming back next month with the update on these two products. I'm really hoping that I can say that they're completely finished up, and then we get to roll 2 new products in, so that would be absolutely amazing. All right, and then I also rolled in last month my Marc Jacobs bronzer. This was in my project pan all of last year. I took some time off of it here and there. I had it in my Shop My Stash a couple times, but otherwise I hadn't really been panning it or focusing on it. And it was broken. I've repressed it, so I got 9 uses this month. It took me a while to get usage because I didn't want to travel with it this month because it was broken, and even repressed, I don't really want to travel with it because I don't want it to break again. Because I was away, brought my usage down, but I am really happy with how it looks repressed. It's been performing really well, and I'm just excited to see like when we start seeing progress on a repressed product, because that's something that I've learned. I feel like when you repress, it takes a really long time to see progress again. Once you start seeing progress on a repressed product, I feel like it goes super fast. So looking forward to seeing what this ends up looking like when we start seeing more progress on the product itself. And then I also want to say, I feel like a lot of you are always like, the mirror, like do something about it. It like fell off a counter a long time ago, maybe like a year ago at this point. And as soon as it fell off, we taped the mirror. Like this is tape right here. This whole mirror is taped. So no worries about any glass like falling in my product. I couldn't really like pull it off because it's all glued, so we just decided to tape it. So don't worry about that. I know many of you are like, oh my gosh, don't get glass in your bronzer. Thank you, I appreciate that. Don't worry. It's been taped, it's stayed taped. I've had no issues with that actually. So let's hope that that continues to just work as it is. But yeah, happy with the 9 uses on this considering we were traveling, and I'm really excited to see where this one goes, and that's one that I would love to finish as well. I think that also might be a 2027 finish because I didn't put the work in it at the beginning of this year, and now I'm rolling in towards the end of this year, but we'll see what happens on that one. All right, and like I said, unfortunately I don't have an update on my Clinique Black Honey. I did use it one time before I lost it. Actually, I think I probably used it a few more times, but I tallied one time. And then I think I used it at the weddings, but obviously didn't tally those because I wasn't carrying this with me on my trip. Unfortunately, that one's lost. I actually have thought about like repurchasing it because I did really like the product, but I think I'm gonna not do that and try and work through some of my other lip products before buying something else. The product that I'm rolling in its place is my Caliray Surf Proof Setting Spray. So this is on my planning to pan list. I had another setting spray that was on my planning to pan list, which was the One Size aerosol one, and I finished that up at the beginning of this year, or towards the beginning of this year. And so this was my other one, and I just had this in my Shop My Stash project pan, and I was like, I might as well just spend some time and get this one finished up. There isn't a ton left in here, I don't feel like. I can't tell though because you can't see it, but just like listening to it, I feel like there isn't a ton left, and I do have to angle this at the right angle to be able to get the spray to come out, which means like I feel like it's not like evenly distributed where the little tube is going down. So I'm feeling optimistic that this one also might be a fast finish, which is good. Hi.
Mommy.
Yeah.
I can see you.
So I'm feeling optimistic about this one and excited that I get to roll this one into this project. I do think I need to film a planning to pan update. I haven't actually looked at that list in a minute. I didn't even look at it to roll this one in because I knew this was on the list. But I do want to take a look at that and see where things are at and just kind of see if I should add some more products to it. That's something that I did at the halfway point last year, was I took a look at my planning to pan list and I ended up adding a few products to that list that I pulled into my project pan. So that might be something that I do. I'm feeling like I'm getting pretty close across all 3 of these. I'm saying I'm close on this one just because I'm guessing on where I'm at, and I think like a couple months. So there'll be some new roll-ins to this project here sooner rather than later, and I think I probably need to take a look and see like what makes sense to roll in to replace these. I've also made progress on another pressed powder within my Shop My Stash project pan, and I don't think that's on my planning to pan list, but I might want to add it on. I need to review that list and figure out where I have some opportunities to pull in some new and different products, but I'm just feeling overall really optimistic about the trajectory of this project for the next several months, and I'm really looking forward to my next update and being able to tell you that I have at least 2 empties. That would be the goal. So I hope all of you enjoyed this video and getting to see this update, and I'm so thankful that you all come to this channel and watch my videos. I really appreciate every single one of you. So definitely stick around for next month's update, and I hope all of you are doing well and staying safe, and I will talk to you in my next one. Bye.